Welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4, spawning in on the left-hand side of the map in the color orange, playing as the Chinese. This is TheMista, and I mean, he's on his Smurf account, but this is TheMista. So, I don't think I've ever casted a Mista game on the ranked ladder, and that's right, this is the ranked ladder. And yeah, it's not very often we get to see a Mista game, and we are fortunate enough to watch this because of good old Salami here, spawning in the north side of the map. And that's because he's got his match history open. So, thank you, Salami, for having your match history open. Not very often we get to cast a Mista game. So, this is going to be interesting. I mean, TheMista came second in Red Bull Wololo Legacy. So, absolutely crazy player right here. Always coming up with the crazy strategies. And on a map like this, on Hideout, I wonder what he's got in store for us. Because Salami certainly got something interesting. And we all know the Roos is absolutely broken on this map. But if you didn't know, check out Aussie Drongo's video. It's something like 72% win rate on this map for the Roos, which is just dumb. It is absolutely ridiculous. But we can see here Salami going to be opening up with the two hunting cabins on the wood line here, and we can see that's a relic worth already. These two buildings here. It's 200 wood, sure, but in 2 minutes time, you've already made your money back. I mean, this is over a relic. I mean, a relic brings in 80 gold a minute. This is already bringing in 90. More than that now that Salami's got his tier 1. As we can see, he's getting lots of deer. So, yeah, that's already over a relic, which is just ridiculous. But also another reason on this map as to why the Roost is broken is have a look at all the deer. There's so many deer. There's 6 deer patches on this map. There's also a ton of sheep, which means, you know, the Roost can just happily sit underneath their town center. So I wonder what build we're going to have coming out of Salami, because the main one that he was doing was the fast castle, which is basically you get all your gold from the hunting cabins and the deer, and you immediately go to age 3 after you click up to age 2. It's ridiculous. I mean, it was like a 6.5 minute age up. So we're going to have to see if that's what he decides to go for this time. So TheMista's going to have to come up with something here, because not playing the Roos on this map is pretty huge. I mean, the Roos are just so good. Yeah. So TheMista's going to have to do something about this. We can see he's done a pretty good job here of denying quite a lot of the deer. As you can see, he's taken out 3 of his deer hunts on his side. Salami's still managing to get 3 of his own. Still got a couple deer sitting back here. And we can see Salami is now going to be aging up with the Golden Gate. Only 2 villagers on that Golden Gate. Usually we see 5. But then again, I think this is going to be the fast castle build out of Salami. And then with that fast castle, by the way, you go into the trade house. And I think Salami's got a perfect spot for it, either here or maybe here. The high trade house doesn't actually come in contact. It doesn't affect anything if you have it in contact with a hunting cabin. So he could place it like right here. And they can overlap each other. But that is something you can't do with hunting cabins. So there's a little radius here. If we flip this, switch to Salami, we can see there these have to be out of range. But high trade house can be in range of each other. So he could look to put it here. I mean, here would be a nice spot, but maybe here as well. But we can see Salami's almost got enough gold to get to Castle Age with. And it won't be long till he does. I mean, the hunting cabins producing so... I mean, yeah, he's got tier 2 bounty now. Look at how much that gold's gone up. That is crazy. Crazy stuff. We'll take a look over here at TheMista. Got the 1 villager at the moment working on the Imperial Academy. And looking to go into that Song Dynasty as well after this. So maybe he looks to... Maybe do a little bit of a Barbican drop onto Salami. I mean... TheMista's got to know about this strategy. I mean... He's a mastermind himself. Surely he knows about this strategy from the Roos. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't. We can see Salami's still bringing back some sheep here. And now we got the 5... It's got to be, right? This has got to be a Barbican drop. I mean, it's a long walk. This map, I mean, we can just see how far he has to walk to get that Barbican down, but... It's the only thing you can do on this map, to be honest, against the Roos. And we see TheMista's going to be the first one to age up. Salami not going to be too far behind. It's not actually going to be an aggressive Barbican. Okay, I take that back. It's going to be over here on the boar. That's going to be nice for TheMista. Going to be able to get a nice steady food income there. Surprised only by the 5 villagers there for that. But I guess you still have all of the deer at home as well being supervised up. But there we go. Salami ages up. And there we go. Look at this. I mean, 5 minutes 20 into the game and he's about to click up. It is absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to have to see where he decides to place the high trade house. It's got to be the high trade house. I mean, the Abbey of the Trinity isn't bad. But when you age up this early, you can just drop down a couple monasteries and start picking up the relics. And most of the time, you get the majority of the relics anyway. And we can see Salami's got a really nice spawn here. 3 relics on the right-hand side of the map here. Those 3 should be relatively easy to pick up. This one's going to be a little bit tricky. We can see the Barbican's right next door. You can see actually taking out the boar right now. There's quite a bit of idle time there for the Mister, but obviously the boar, very, very nice food source. So we're going to have to see how much this high trade house produces. Salami is on tier 2, and we can tell that because of the amount of gold as it's gone up. It's gone up twice, so if it goes up a 3rd time, which it could, I mean, if Salami might look to take out some deer and also get some nice bounty there from the deer. But we can see that, look at that. 310 gold a minute. This is 3 relics worth, right? Actually, I saw over that. It's like, this is almost 4. Because each relic is 80 gold. So, yeah, it's basically, it's almost 4 relics. And then when you include these 2 as well, you've basically got like 6 relics sitting here. And then you can also still pick up relics on the map. It is absolutely wild. It is wild, wild stuff. And we can see for the Mister over here, he's sitting on Song Dynasty. He's just happily sitting here and it looks like he wants to go into a 2nd town center now. But I mean, Salami's in such a good position already. Sure the Mister's ahead by, what's that, like 9 villagers at the moment? But the relics, well, it's not the relics, the gold income is just absolutely wild. We can see there. Almost 550 gold a minute right now. And there we go, the monastery is going to be dropped down as well. So sure, China's going to be able to get all of these villagers up. But in the long run, Salami's going to be in a great position. I mean, maybe he looks to get down a 2nd town center. We can see the Mister being really cheeky there, taking out the deer, making sure Salami can't get any of that bounty. Now, we're actually going to hop out of the... Actually, no, we're not. We're not going to hop out of the UI. Because it'll be way too laggy. And then it has some, like, frame drops and stuff. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to tell exactly where Salami's bounty is, but he is on the tier 2. Archery range and stable going to be dropped down now as well. So this is probably going to be for some horse archers. Horse archers and knights going to be a nice little composition here. Especially on this map where you got a long distance to go. Also, you can protect your warrior monks when you're picking up all these relics. And you can see that this relic's going to be the trickiest. I mean, the other 4 should be relatively easy, especially if Salami looks to grab that one first. But it looks like he's going to be grabbing the closest to him. 2nd town center coming down now for the Mister. Going to be looking to extend that villager lead as much as he possibly can. The relics now coming in. We're going to have to see if Salami looks to add in a 2nd town center of his own. But I mean, at the moment, priority is definitely those relics. Relics definitely going to be important. But we can see the Mister actually has a very nice spawn here with all the gold. Like, he's got 3... 4 possibly gold mines on his... Yeah, I mean, these 4 sort of spawned on his side of the map, whereas Salami's only got 2. Actually, I take that back. He's got 3. And I guess this one's sort of in the middle. But Mister, yeah, he's secured himself up lots of gold veins for later on in the game. So, despite Salami having lots of relic income, high trade house income, the Mister's not going to be struggling too much with the gold himself. As long as he's got a big villager economy, which at the moment he's rapidly expanding. We see he's got a third extra economy than Salami does. We see that 2nd relic now going to be coming home now as well. It looks like Salami might be able to pick up this relic. We're gonna have to see if the Barbican is in range. Ooh, it is just about, but I don't think even with the villagers inside there that warrior monks can be taken out. But lots of Chukanu looking to be pushed now for the Mister. Is he looking to just stick into age 2 here? It seems like it might be. I mean, it's a risky decision. I mean, Salami is already in age 3 and he's been there for half the game already. And he's bringing in all the relics. We see That's going to be relic number 4 on the way home. Another monastery going to be dropped down. I wonder if we'll see any Wallalos coming out of Salami today. But we can see horse archers going to be killed pretty easily there. Lots of knights and horse archers being produced. And with all this gold income, you can very easily grab Boyar's Fortitude. I mean, this is such a good tech here for the Rus. One of the really important upgrades to grab. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Salami grabbing this one shortly. But we can see he's getting his Steeled Arrow and Wedged... what's the one before that? Iron Undermesh upgrade. Before, which definitely makes sense up against the Chukanu. Definitely for the value. We see Warrior Monk getting in on the action here. Unfortunately, going to be going down, though, to these Chukanu. But, I mean, Salami, he can take this fight. I mean, only the one Spearman left. Horse Archer looking to not actually micro down that Spearman, but it's all right. We have 3 Knights here and a Horse Archer left, and the Mister's going to be falling back yet again. But look at all the units coming out for the Mister. Lots of Spearmen. And it looks like he just wants to stay in H2, which is a really interesting choice. Because when some of these upgrades start to come in from Salami, it's going to be very tricky to keep this at bay. But the Barbican's going to be securing up this left-hand side of the map, so the Mister can really focus all of his effort on the right-hand side. Farms coming down from him as well now, going with the granary. And quite a mass starting to build for him. We see Salami still building up his mass as well. Salami manages to get 4 relics at the moment. The 5th one does sit on the southern side of the map. Going to be quite tricky for him to grab that one at this point. And the Mister really wants to just keep up the pressure in H2, it seems. And we can see Salami's going to be finding this pretty tricky. I mean, there's not enough horse archers here to be able to kill the Spearmen in time. I mean, these guys really aren't the best at killing the Spearmen when they can't one-shot them. And these guys are pretty expensive, and they're going to be going down very quickly to the Chukanu. Luckily, Salami's just got a big enough mass of knights here and warrior monks just to be able to deal with all the spearmen. I mean, you know, these are age 3 versus age 2, so it makes sense. But in the long run, these aren't great fights for Salami, and we can see how many knights he's lost there. And it takes a long time to rebuild this mass, and Salami still sits at 40 villagers. Sure, he's got a load of gold income, but you can't be taking uneven trades. It looks like Salami also wants to start expanding his hunting cabins as well. We see each one of these providing around 50 gold a minute, which is pretty huge, and you can just keep expanding these around the map. We can see now the Mister looking to just build that army more and more. He's floating quite a bit of food at the moment. You can see there. Expanding out with the granaries more and more. It seems like he's struggling a little bit on the gold front. Still only got the 2 production buildings out, supervising them both up. That sacred site going to be neutralized as well. So Salami, I mean, Salami's mass not looking too good right now. I've got 1 archer in there. I think, oh, he's actually switching into just archers. This makes a lot more sense. I mean, the horse archers and knight composition is great for harassing. And this was a good composition earlier when you were picking up the relics. But when the Mister's starting to build up a force like this, going for horse archers isn't the greatest. Just because they're so expensive. I mean, horse archers, we take a look at their cost. I mean, 80 food, 40 wood. It's an expensive cost for something basically the archer does, but can move around a lot faster. So I like the decision here by Salami, looking to go into a more archer-based composition. Still, I'd expect knights. Yeah, there we go. More knights to be put in the queue now as well. Surprisingly, okay, there we go. Boyard's Fortitude is coming in. 50 seconds away. No fitted leatherwork or bloomery yet, though. We see here Salami picking off a couple units up there. It looks like he really wants to get this warrior monk. Can we flip to his perspective and see? Salami's got this rallied somewhere. Seems just going to be to the corner. He really wants to get that last relic. But not going to be a big deal if he can't. But there we go. The Mister going to be aging up now. We'll take a look in the base. See where it is. It is going to be the Imperial Palace. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Because on this map, it's known for chop throughs. And this, if we flip to the Mister's perspective, it can see into Salami's base. I mean, this landmark's got some crazy range, and it's also got the Imperial spies. So you can see where all of Salami's villagers are. We can see using it at the moment. We'll flip back to the viewer map perspective. And now we have the supervision coming in from the upgrades. We've got veterancy upgrades in on the spearmen. Not veterancy upgrades in yet for the Chu Canoe, but Knight's looking to wrap around into the wood line here. This could be bad for the Mista. We can see Spearman going to be following them right there. No textiles upgrade in for the Mista yet, so he's going to be losing his Imperial official right there. Salami just going to be running past this wood line though, and we can see here the Mista manages to clear up the majority of the archers there. I think Salami should be able to just run out the other side of the map here, so should be all right. But lots of production being dropped down now as well. So it looks like it's just going to be lots of spearmen coming out for the time being. Unfortunately, Mr. not bringing any spearmen over here with him. Luckily, he's got quite a decent amount of production, so should be able to hold this pretty well. Knight's looking to do a little bit of raiding there on the granaries. And the Mr. looking very decent here. We see he's doubled the economic count of Salami. And now it's at this point in the game where the Mista's sort of turned this around. Despite the Rus being the best civilization on this map, I feel like Salami just didn't put enough pressure on earlier on. I mean, he managed to get 4 relics, and he managed to just to get the high trade house and all of these hunting cabins, but I mean, he sort of just left China boom away on 2 TCs, or Song Dynasty 2 TC, so that's 3 town centers. And now they're on 110 villages, and this is where China can really boom. Or not boom, but spam out those units. And we can see it's going to be primarily still Chu Canoe and Spearman. Wouldn't be surprised to see some Palace Guard mixed in as well. I mean, Palace Guard, you know, just having a little force of them move around into the base of Salami to try and get off a little bit of raiding is obviously Imperial Spies is in for the Mista. I'm surprised he hasn't actually sent anything over to these villagers up here. See, he does know about them, but I guess the tower's up, so going to be quite tricky. Archers looking to take some shots off onto these spearmen. Chu Canoe looking to clean up the archers. Siege workshop down for Salami. Going to be producing a mangonel. Definitely what he needs up against the Mista in this position. But maybe we see... Do we see the Mista looking to go into... what's the next one? It's not Song Dynasty. It's Ming Dynasty. That's it. Ming Dynasty. So we can get the faster movement speed. And also look to produce some springalds out of the astronomical clock tower. But we can see it. The mangonel is out, getting some nice shots there onto the Chu Canoe. Definitely what he needs, and Salami's picked up that 5th relic as well. I like how Salami never forgets. It's like, you know, if this was me, that relic would have been long forgotten about. But this still isn't a great fight for Salami. That mangonel, ooh, almost a good volley on there. But Salami needs to be careful though. He definitely doesn't want to overextend here. I mean, if this is the only thing that Salami's got going for him at the moment, is this mangonel. And we can see Chu Canoe going to be cleaning up these archers, and some great micro coming out from the Mista right there, splitting up his units, making sure not a lot of damage goes onto them. More splits come out as well. Perfect micro there by the Mista. And this is looking better for Salami. I mean, he's looking to push forwards now. He's got quite a few knights. He's still very far behind on economy. And this is where it's all right for the Mista to take uneven fights. He just needs to hold this, and he'll be looking all right. Is a Siege Workshop going to be producing those springalds? He needs to get this out quickly. He really needs to try and take out that mangonel. We can see he's going to be supervising that up, looking to get these guys out super quickly. Mangonel, ooh, gets a nice little volley there. Second mangonel out for Salami, but now the springald is out for the Mista, and that means these guys are gonna have to retreat back. Stable looking to be dropped down here for Salami. Looks like he's just wanting to stick to that archer plus knight composition, and Salami needs to be careful. You need to ungroup this. Oh, that's close. That's a close one. Oh no. Oh no. Salami losing out on both mangonels there. I mean, they didn't really get that much. I mean, they got a bit of value, but yeah, definitely losing them both like that feels bad. We see that relic is going to be making its way slowly back. But maybe Salami wants to keep this on the front line. Maybe try and pull up a Wallaloi. I mean, he is the Wallaloi god, so maybe he could look to do it. But for the time being, Mista looking to get up a keep drop here on the front, well, it's not really the front line, more to the side of the map here, looking to just make sure Salami can't get into the eco easily. We also have a counterweight trebuchet here out from TheMista, and wait a minute. Because of this landmark, TheMista, oh, this is so smart. This is unbelievably smart out of TheMista. Because of this landmark, you can see over the base, and you can actually see the high trade house, which means this trebuchet has line of sight onto this high trade house and can actually siege it down from back here. We're gonna have to see if it's got the range at the moment, but it's not going to take long for TheMista to chop through here. You can see he's grabbed his faster chopping upgrade. Another siege workshop going to get... Oh, it can reach. It can reach. Oh, this is so smart out of TheMista. There we go. Oh, Salami's going to be so confused right now. And I mean, if this goes down, that's huge. I mean, you know, this is like 4 relics down the drain. And now TheMista has aged up behind this as well. I mean, his economy is just absolutely booming away at the moment. Where is that age up? It's back here, the Spirit Way. So, has gone up with the Spirit Way there. And now this is where Salami's going to be in a bit of a tough position. I mean, he's stuck in age 3. He's not too far off age 4. I mean, he needs to gather up a little bit more gold, which isn't going to be too much of an issue for him. You can see for the time being, you're going to be repairing up that high trade house, but that's going to cost a lot of wood, especially with more and more trebuchets on the way. We've got greased axles coming in, university being dropped down as well. And I mean, at the moment, TheMista he can just sit back here for the time being. You know, he's still grabbing his upgrades and stuff, and he's got some palace guard over here, going to be harassing Salami's villagers. And if he takes down this high trade house and just consumes all of Salami's wood like this, I mean, he can just happily sit back. It's all right for him. But quite a massive siege starting to build now for Salami, looking to try and siege down that keep. 6 Springles out compared to the 3 for TheMista. None of these being clock tower. Oh, TheMista's micro on point right there. Unfortunately for Salami, wasn't really paying attention. Didn't have his Springles up at the front to try and deal with these guys. And do it, yeah, I think we've got we've got the improved range on these guys as well. Palace Guard in the base for Salami. Looking to be a little bit of a pain here. Elite upgrades in for them as well. And we can see there the Springles just with their extra range are just so good. Mangonel needs to be careful. Oh, GG gets called. TheMista takes the win. I mean, it's fair enough. Salami was in a very tough position there. I mean, TheMista was just way ahead in bills. He was an age up ahead, and he was looking to take down this high trade house, which would have been so much gold income. And TheMista could have just kept on pushing forwards as well, taking out more and more stuff. So, fully understandable there. So, if you did enjoy this, guys, please do feel free to leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.